Sony is about to release a brand new headset called the Pulse Elite for the PlayStation 5. Big shout out to Sony for sending me a pre-release unit for me to make a review video for you. So big up Sony, thank you so much for that. Quick disclaimer, Sony did send the headset in for me to review at no cost. They did not pay me to make this review, and everything I say will be my own opinions, and Sony will not be seeing this video until you all see it as well. So now that that's out of the way, let's talk about these headphones. First off the bat, Sony went ahead and purchased Odyssey. Now, what does that mean and why does that matter? This is because this is the first headset that Sony's made with planar magnetic drivers. Now, if you want to know more about planar magnetic technology, I'll put a link to this article down in the description. Now, I am very familiar with planar magnetic headphones and what they can do. And one thing that I really love about that driver type is its super fast response. Now, when I'm playing video games, I am not just playing the game, I'm also listening to music. For those of you that are new to the channel and don't know who I am, what's up? My name is Chana, aka Techno Dad. I am co-creator of the Dolby Atmos calibration disc called the Spatial Audio Calibration Toolkit, the world's first Dolby Atmos calibration disc. Go to spatialcd.com. I'll give you 10% off using the code Sony10, so make sure to pick up your copy today. So myself and my colleague, Mr. Joe Intel, we create and mix Dolby Atmos content. And for mixing Dolby Atmos content, I use my Odyssey MM500s, which come in at a whopping $1,700. Now, these are planar magnetic headphones specific for mixing and mastering, and so they have a little bit of a different purpose. And when I found out that Sony's Pulse Elite has planar magnetic drivers at the price point of $149, I was very intrigued. As soon as I got an email, I was like, yeah, send them over. I gotta check these things out. And sure enough, in proper planar magnetic fashion, these headphones are awesome. Now, when I'm playing games like Call of Duty, I have turned down the music in the Call of Duty game, pump up the audio coming from Spotify, because you can run Spotify and the game at the same time on the PlayStation 5, which I think is a fantastic feature. You guys should check it out if you haven't done it before. I'm always on the hunt for brand new tracks, so I'm always listening to curated playlists on Spotify, trying to find that next banger that I can play in my DJ set. If you guys like DJ sets, follow me up on Twitch. I usually do a DJ set of house music on Saturdays, so yeah, follow me up there. Now, once the multiplayer game gets pretty heated, there's all kinds of stuff happening. Explosions, people are calling in drone strikes, and all this other stuff. And the kick drum and the explosions, the sounds of those are perfectly separate. And there's no muddiness in the low mids and lows, and I love that. And that is one thing that planar magnetic brings to the table. And at this price point of $149, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. Now, there's one thing, everybody's going to be going on and on about the specs, 20 hours of battery life, you Bluetooth to your mobile or computer, because this can work on the PS5, PC, Mac, and your mobile device. We're not going to get into all that nonsense. We're going to get into something that's very, very important to me. It's the fact that I look ridiculous wearing these things. Like, hands down, I look ridiculous. I don't know what, look at this. If you're gaming and you're locked up away alone, not locked up, but if you're just alone gaming by yourself or whatever, yeah, you're totally fine. But to be walking around outside with these on, I took them for a little stroll around the block here, and yeah, I don't think I would want to wear these out in public. Okay, now let's compare those to my Odyssey MM500s. You tell me. My other gaming headset, which works on both PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, are the SteelSeries Arctis Nova Pros. How about the Pulse versus the Apple AirPods Max? Which one looks more ridiculous? Let's compare it to my DJ headphones. So I'm not sure who designed the Pulse Elites. They might look ridiculous, but they sound ridiculously good. Now, I was able to play quite a bit of Call of Duty. The 20-hour battery life is fantastic. I actually ended up charging my controller more often than the headset, so that's pretty good for the headset. Not so good for the controller, but you know, it is what it is. Now, as far as using the headset, I think the design is, you know, goes along with the whole PlayStation 5 aesthetic, futuristic, a little weird, but the hidden microphone is pretty cool, the retractable microphone. One thing you want to know is that guy's on all the time. Unless you mute it, it's on all the time, so be careful. You know, you don't know, we don't want to know what's going on in the background. Like, don't you hate that? Like, you're in a lobby and like you hear all this in the background, like you know, some kids doing something, or there's a baby crying and there's somebody's talking, like, when are you gonna get off that game? You know, like all that, like, yeah, just mute it. Mute. I'll hook everybody up. Nobody needs to hear that. You know what I mean? So in the box, you get a dongle that you'll plug into the PS5 that will connect the headset. And it's a pretty straightforward process. You press and hold the button. Now, there is a weird little charging hook, which I'm not a huge fan of because I'm not going to install this somewhere. I don't have room for that. But that's the whole idea. You take this, you drill a hole, and you put this guy on the wall, and then it charges using the contacts at the top of the headband there. But, I don't like doing that. Thankfully, you can just plug in USB-C cable to the bottom part of the headset and just wait. It charges up pretty fast. It says something like 2.5 hours to get a full charge, so that's pretty cool. And then there is like a quick charge of like 10-15 minutes, and you'll get like at least a couple of hours out of that. But 20 hours, I wasn't able to test that because, man, that's a lot of time. But I did a couple of 6-hour gaming sessions, and I gotta tell you, I didn't have to worry about the headphones being charged or anything like that, so that's great. One of the things that really is great about this headset is the comfort. These things are very comfortable. My ears fit right into the ear cups, and you know, they create this nice seal around my ears, so that is definitely a plus. The, you know, auto adjusting headband is very nice, and you don't have to mess with that. And overall, I think this is a quality headset for $149. My Arctis Pros were over $300. So at $149, I think Sony's got a big winner here, except for the fact that like you don't want to be walking around in public with these things on. Like, I don't know. I'm sorry. Like I just look so silly. All in all, I think Sony's got a winner here at $149 for a planar magnetic headset. For the PS5, this is a no-brainer. You guys should definitely check the link down below. Pre-order yours. They come out next week on the 21st of February, I believe, and they're good. The sound quality is great. They work. They function normally. And it's not only just the game sounds, the footsteps, the gunfire, the explosions, the intercoms. It's also the house music that's coming through. So the headsets are doing double duty at my house. These things are awesome. You should definitely check it out and put it on your short list. Thanks again, Sony. We'll see you in the next one. Peace. Planar magnetic drivers usually need a bigger cup size for the ears. So yeah.